talk about before we go to the topic of today. Now, I did a documentary. The documentary was poised. See, a lot of persons might not really appreciate some of the works that I've done for Edo land. They'll get to appreciate the works I've done for Edo land probably in the next 50 years, in the next 100 years. See, till date, most Benin historians, they know that Uhe is different from Ile Ife. But why they choose to classify Uhe as Ile Ife, or to replace Ile Ife as Uhe is the Benin word for Ile Ife, is what I don't understand. It's a bit my imagination. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. Uhe, it's not Ile Ife. Uhe. Egenede ome wana so. Ogiesos you have. Or when I sing one here, those who can sing song, why those sing one man? Let me bring you people life. In one head deno, Ogiesos you have. Ogiesos you have. That was long before a Kaladera or Romeo Izoduwa story. Ogiesos you have. Ogi ke kuhere. That means when they used to go to Uhe, they used to spend tens of years, they used to spend 10 years, they used to spend 5 years, they used to spend long time when they go on a pilgrimage to Uhe. So suddenly the Benin changed Uhe to Ile Ife. Why? Let's speak the truth so that the truth will set us free. Let's speak the truth so that the truth will set us free. Uhe is not Ile Ife. If you make Uhe Ile Ife, you therefore now give the power to the Oni of Ife. And that's because the Benin mistook, the modern Benin historian mistook Uhe for Ile Ife. And that's why European historians started classifying Oni as the Ogene Nuhe. Uhe is not in southwest, is not east of Benin, present area of Kogi state. Uhe. Now Gisowa Yovegenede. Oba Nikau, the earliest Oba. They all went there. The last Oba that went to Uhe was Oba the first. Was Oba the first. So we tie ourselves by not telling ourselves the truth. The truth of the matter is that when you said Ife, is the same thing with Uhe. That means you are giving another person's power to the Oni. Don't forget, it is on the record that the Obas of Benin were paying homages to the Ogen and Uhe. That means we are saying that Oba of Benin was paying homage to the Oni of Ife. That's what it means. That's the reality, because in truth, there was someone, a deity, a chief priest, or whatever. I will unveil the truth now, that the Obas of Benin pay tribute to, until there is an authority from that place. No Oba was crowned. A lot of persons are not aware that the Obas of Benin used to derive power from someone. There was someone that was more powerful that the Obas of Benin used to pay homage to. That's what the documentary was trying to let us know. That first, it was not the king that the Oba of Benin was paying homage to. It was a chief priest. And that chief priest was called Ogen Enuhe. That chief priest was a chief priest that propitiated the shrine of Paidu. Now, understand this thing. A lot of persons, no, we were not born at Uhe. The creation, the Benins were not born at Uhe. We were created in our land, in Edo land. We were created in Edo land, but there was a great flooding that happened. Even the word in the word Atlas, it was recorded at the post-Adamic cataclysm, the flooding that almost wiped the population of the world. The Benins were already around, when that flooding happened. So Paidu led his people up north to a place now called Uhe. It was in that place at Uhe that Paidu, all right, became their first established ruler, and he created a shrine to worship God Almighty. God Almighty was called Ogene. Ogene is a pure Edo word. It was from the time of Obaesige that Edo stopped using Ogene, that Osa, crypts, Osalobo and all that. The word Osa. I'm not saying that Osa wasn't existing. There was Osagbaye and all that. Now, that became more frequently used as replaced by Ogene. Alright? Now, the shrine that Paidu created, he became the first chief priest, a priestly king. Izoduwa personality. It's a king, is the leader of the people, and also the proprietor of the shrine. It's called a priestly king. It became the first priestly king of Benin, of Uhe. Mr. Efosa Esoge, if you have any issues about my history, you are not comfortable, you can either ask questions for clarifications, or you can ever go away from my platform. Otherwise, it's easy for me to block you. Alright? It's very easy for me to block you. So don't distract us, allow us talk history. Present day is belief. Alright? It is present day Kogi state. It's present day around the Kogi state. How do we know it's present day around Kogi state? It's because of the informations that the Europeans gave. That's why we are aware. They gave a very hello. So it's because of the informations they gave. They said that, how did they put it? That the Oba of Benin paid an homage to the great potentate of the interior, alright, and that which to an ancient city that lies beneath the great waters. The great waters in Benin is called Ohimi. It's River Niger. Kogi is at the lower beds of River Niger. They gave the description of where that city, the ancient lost city called Uhe, was. They gave a direction that it was northeast of Benin. Northeast could have been Ile Ife. But they also said that the city was behind. It was a great potentate of the interior of a city behind the great waters. The base of the great water, and that's Kogi State. Around the area, we don't know which of the present area of Kogi State, but Paidu had a dual role. He was the chief priest of the shrine that he created for the Uhe civilization, what I would have called Uhe civilization, because it wasn't the only Edo people that was there. Even part of the Yorubas came there, the Igbos came there. So he was the first man. He was a man who created a shrine to worship God Almighty, and that shrine was called Ogene's Shrine. It was a shrine where they worship God, the provider. That's Ogene. That's what Ogene literally means in Edoet. So, and eventually, he was the first chief priest of Uhe. He was the first chief priest of Uhe, and he was also a king of the people. So he's called the priestly king of Ogene's Shrine. He had a dual role, being the chief priest and being the king. Just like the present Oni of Ife, he also has a dual role. First he was a chief priest, and now he was upgraded to be a king. So that's what Paidu was. And now, subsequently, When the Edos eventually left, Paidu died in Uhe. Paidu was not buried in Edo land, but he was born in Edo land. In the present day Igodomigodo land, he was born here, but he died there, was never buried here. Now, understand this thing. Now, when they were living, when these three sons were living, accompanied with all his daughters and his grandchildren, one of the grandchildren is called Isan and all that. So I will talk about that some other time. So some of our troubling Isan brothers, so that I can be able to tell them that this is how our histories are connected. When he was coming back, he had a scepter bearer, the staff of authority. The major reason Udo could not defeat Edo in war is because of that staff of authority till date. The eldest son of Paidu actually died at Udo. Alright, is the second son, which was Efa, the third son, which was Emehi, they died in Benin, Edo. The reason why the capital did not leave Edo to Udo is because of these secrets. The scepter bearer of Paidu was called Azamanuhe. The scepter bearer, he took the scepter of Paidu, the staff of authority, and took it down with Efa and Emi until Ogis Anabaeva. He called it Ubini, the place of heavenly pageantry. That became the capital city, and that was why Udo could not defeat us, even if Udo was the eldest amongst the three sons of Paidu. So that is why the other two sons of Idu that survive is Efa and Emeya, and every Edo son or daughter are either Aka's children, Efa's children, or Eme's children. The Urobo people are progenitor of Aka. They came from the Aka lines of the three sons of Idu, and that is why they refer to us to date as Aka, because that is the line of the sons they came from. Having said that, the scepter still exists till date, the staff of authority. Still exists to date. There are secrets, but you have to understand, Benin existed long before Igodomigodo. I've explained that. You people have been following me for a while. You should know Benin as a statement. Don't forget all those lies that all those Yoruba are lying that Benin came from the statement Ile Ife. Benin, the first name that we were called is Idu, Idu's land. After Idu's land, at one point in history, we were called Otefa, Otemei. In that documentary you read when I was reading from a book, Otefa, Otemei. After Otoridu, the next name this land was called was Otefa, Otemei, because these were the sons, the second and the third son of Paidu. And after that, this land was now called Ubini. It was after Ubini that the land eventually now was not called Igodomigodo. So it couldn't have been Ile Binu. So anyway, iron sharpened iron. With time we begin to get some of this history bit by bit. Ubini is older than the term Igodomigodo. Ati edo Ubini ne ake ame Igodomigodo. Ake de bedwa evolution ya ati Ubini.